Hey, Doc. To fall 11 down, like first possession, third quarter, but then it seemed like the guys kind of.
Woke up.
Yeah. I mean, was that sort of a message at all at the half?
No, there was nothing. They knew they were going to play 6 minutes. I told them before the game. But it's tough. I will say this: we were pretty sure they're going to play all their starters, and you can see the guys like. But for us, I don't want to be down, but it was good for them to gather together defensively and start moving the ball. I thought the first half, even though it was more our defense and the offensive rebounds and the hustle plays, but I thought offensively we didn't share the ball, we didn't play together. We were shooting 50%. It's hard to complain, but we wasn't playing right. And then in the first 8 minutes, the ball's hopping, we're getting wide open threes, wide open layups. Deep post. That's who we have to be. So that was better.
Giannis gets a technical and a flagrant in the first half.
I don't know about that flagrant, but it is what it is. And Giannis has to protect himself. I mean, I don't like text, but man, the foul was not a normal foul. And one of the things I told the officials, if you're going to call Giannis on that flagrant in the first half, in the second half, how can you not call one in the first half? I mean, that wasn't a basketball play at all, but it is what it is.
I think they have 9 offensive rebounds in the first half. You mentioned
first 7 minutes.
You mentioned it, and then also that I think that happened in the Lakers game as well. What are you seeing on the glass right now?
I see us not locating and making contact. And I also see us not pursuing the ball. I thought that's what we did better in the second half. That's what we talked about at halftime. We have inside position, the ball's there. That guy thinks he's going to get it. And we were like, can we just all run into each other and pursue the ball? And we did that. We got every loose ball in the second half, those same plays. So it'll be good to watch on film.
I know we've talked about you guys not installing a ton offensively, but when you have those ATO plays that you get something you want or it looks a way that it should look, is that kind of what you're hoping for from an execution standpoint?
Even late in the game, we got to play with A.J. Green, swing. We had a couple. Where we were last year as far as execution to this year is night and day. That's going to serve us well during the season.
Kind of on that same lines, you mentioned just how the offense, didn't look right basically in the first half. Yeah. Also as Eric said, you haven't installed a ton of things. Just what
we're starting to though. We have some half court sets that we're starting to put in, so we're starting to do it, and we like where we're at. We're not that concerned by it.
Just kind of, I guess, what was the. What do you want to see from the guys more out there today? Is it just about them?
Today, just quick decision, ball movement. In the first half, I thought everyone who if you swung the ball to anyone, that was the last option. The ball just stuck there, and that guy went to play, opposed to moving it, getting to the second action, swinging it, and trusting it. That's what I want to see.
Coach, third quarter, only 15 points allowed. 6 steals. 2 of them were from Gary Trent. He was known as a guy in Toronto who got into passing lanes. I think he was top 5 in the league in deflections a couple years. Is that a point of emphasis with him still with you? Coming in a new
want
system?
him to be Gary, and Gary has great hands, unbelievable hands. It's funny. He got whatever he got, but he had 5 more today that he just couldn't get to the ball. But he's a disruptor with his hands. He does a great job of doing it and staying in the defense, which is great for us.
Just to go back to the offensive part with the ball sticking, is that where the hard part of practice of read and react, play free? I'm guessing you're seeing ball movement and cutting. Is that the hard part of translating to a game where you have defenders and people?
Well, you also have competition. It's always shows you can even have defenders in practice, but they're each other. And then, we're blowing the whistle. And so everyone's going to play right. Then the game starts, and the guy next to you may call you a name or something. All of a sudden, you forget all that. It becomes competition, and you stop trusting. And so we got to be able to play through that, and that's where we're at.
You mentioned Gary a little bit. Torian fighting over some of those screens against Giddey. Just what do you see from those two at the point of attack this year?
They both have been fantastic. They're both very physical. they're veterans. They know how to play. And on the other end, they don't press. Like, TP gets 5 shots or 10 shots or 1 shot. The demeanor is the exact same. You need players like that.
I think AJ goes 2 of 15 from the field tonight. Obviously, we've talked a lot about AJ, but
Which one?
Johnson.
Okay, because we have 2.
I know.
Yeah.
Only one went 2 of 15 tonight. So just,
Well, they combine. Never mind.
but with AJ, I know you want him to be aggressive and get into those spots. What are you seeing when he does get into those spots? Because it does feel like he gets there.
He's getting to the basket. He's not finishing. It seems like he's trying to get the shot off before contact. I'm sure that's because he weighs like $150. But he's going to be a good finisher. He's going to be better at that. He should have been 2 for 14 because the 15 shot might have been the worst shot. And even when the refs looked at me like, what is going on out here? This game should be over right now. So it was funny. We made him explain it in the locker room after the game, so he got the point. Someone asked him if that was Steph Curry, what did they say, Dame Lillard or Luka, would they have taken that shot? And he said, no, they wouldn't have taken the shot. And then he says, yeah, I already know. All right, I already know. So it was pretty good. It's a good way of laughing at a mistake. Thanks, guys.